Welcome back to Cultural Geography. This is the last video from week 6, so please make sure that you've done the 2 homeworks and the quiz and the chapter 19 test so far. Make sure that's turned in with your packet. Also make sure, please, that you keep the chapter 20 map because you'll need that for next week. Please do not turn that back in with your packet of everything else. Turn in the homeworks, turn in the quiz, turn in the test. Do not turn in the map. You need that for next week. That being said, let's continue on. Letter A, remember we've begun Roman numeral 2 concerning Central Africa. We mentioned some of the tropical diseases that they have to face there. But now let's talk about the first sub-region, the Congo Basin. Look in your books at page 496. This shows up a close-up view of this area of Africa, of Central Africa. And then we can see, of course, as I go through this, you can look back at the map and see some of the things that we talk about. First of all, the Congo River is the greatest river in Central Africa, and it is the 5th largest in the world. It contains the second most amount of water after the Amazon River. 1 million cubic feet of water pours into the Atlantic every second. At some points on the river, it swells to a width of 8 miles. It drains a vast region called the Congo Basin, which covers parts of 5 countries. The river is constantly replenished by tropical rains. So let's talk about the Central African Republic. There's its flag pictured down below. First of all, it is the only landlocked country in Central Africa. Please don't be confused. I'm not saying it's the only landlocked country in Africa. Obviously, that's not the case. But in Central Africa, again, on the map on page 496, also in your book, in your notes, we can see where Central Africa is located. It is the only landlocked country in Central Africa, located right here. It is slightly smaller than the state of Texas, located almost exactly in the center of Africa. So very convenient that they named it the Central African Republic. The terrain consists of flat and rolling hills. The plateaus level off at 3,000 feet above sea level. Only 3.1% of the land is arable, and the country is threatened with the extremes of dust storms and floods. The northern half of the country consists of savannas, and the southern half consists of rainforests. Most of the people are rural farmers that raise grains, beets, yams, groundnuts, sesame seeds, and cattle, and more. Number 2, one last thing about the Central African Republic. 76% of the people claim to be Christians, and yet many people who profess Christianity are heavily influenced by animism. 14% are Muslims. All right, number 2. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, yes, the long-named country. There's this flag located there. There's the country located sticking out from behind that picture. It is the second largest country in Africa. It is the largest in sub-Saharan Africa, and it follows Algeria in size in Africa. It's about 1/4 the size of the U.S. Now, in your books, there's an error in that it says that it's the 3rd largest country in Africa. That is false, since Sudan split and it became the 3rd largest country. It used to be the largest, but since Sudan split into 2 countries, that bumped up the Democratic Republic of Congo from 3rd to 2nd place, and then Sudan dropped to 3rd. Algeria, which is up here, and then has become the largest country in Africa. So if you see that mistake corrected in your book, or if you see that question on a quiz or a test, go with the notes. Mr. Merrill made the quiz, therefore the quiz question, you'll want to make sure that you get the answer right based upon what his notes say, that being me, of course. An individual that you need to associate with the Democratic Republic of the Congo is Leopold II of Belgium. Wait, why are we talking about a Belgian king in Africa. During the European scramble of Africa at the end of the 1800s, King Leopold claimed rule over Congo with the appearance of helping to end the slave trade. In reality, he was making slaves of the natives, and the Belgian government had to take over. Congo gained its independence in 1960. From 1960 to 1996, Mobutu Sese Seko, which is always a fun name to say, took control and renamed the country Zaire. Mobutu Sese Seko sought to destroy any European influence in the country. Congo had been the European name, but the African name was Zaire. In 1996, Seko was overthrown and the country was renamed the Democratic Republic of the Congo. 76% are affiliated with Christianity, 14% are Muslim, and 9% practice some ethnic religions. Kinshasa, the capital, is the largest city in sub-Saharan Africa. Its population is about 8 million people. Congo has a narrow stretch of land on the Atlantic coastline. The Congo River crosses the entire country. One interesting thing that you may find in the Congo River, by the way, is the electric catfish. The electric catfish is an unusual animal found in the Congo River as it flows through the Democratic Republic of Congo. Like several other species of fish, the electric catfish generates its own electricity. It can give up to 350-volt shock to its prey or predators. The shock stuns small animals that the fish eats, and it scares away enemies. Fishermen who catch the electric catfish often receive a jolt when they try to haul in their nets. The electric catfish swims in the muddy waters of the Congo and in many other rivers and lakes of tropical Africa. So, the electric catfish. The Congo Basin covers most of the country, but the Virunga and Matumba Mountains are located in the north and eastern parts of the country. The Katanga Plateau, which is another one of your land features, is located on its southern border. Another interesting thing that you may see if you ever visit Democratic Republic of Congo is the pygmies that live there. In your books on page 499, there's an orange box entitled Pygmies. I want you to read that box to yourself. Once you have finished, please unpause the video and we will continue. Number 3 is the Republic of the Congo. The Republic of the Congo is the other Congo, and it was colonized by France. So please don't confuse the Democratic Republic of the Congo with the Republic of the Congo. Two totally different countries, two totally different origin stories, two totally different flags, as you see pictured there. It is located on the western side of the Congo River. It gained its independence from France in 1960. The Republic of the Congo includes the largest and least explored jungle wilderness in the world. It's a swampy jungle that few have dared explore. Most people there are subsistence farmers, even though only 1% of the land is arable. They grow cassava, cacao, coffee, bananas, and peanuts. 90% of the people identify as Christians, and 5% identify as animists. Letter B, the Lower Guinea Coast. Remember, the Lower Guinea Coast is the second sub-region that we're going to talk about today. The first country is the country of Gabon, located right here. There's its flag. Gabon is about the Lower Guinea Coast include the countries of Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, Cameroon, and Sao Tome and Principe. Gabon is about the same size of Colorado. It gained its independence from France in 1960. Most of the country consists of rainforest. Although only 1% of the land is arable, 60% of the people are involved in agriculture. Gabon produces timber and mines natural resources. Its timber produces ebony and mahogany. The country mines natural resources like manganese, gold, uranium, and petroleum. The people also grow plantains, yams, cassava, groundnuts, cacao, coffee, sugar, and palm oil. Most people in Gabon identify some form of Christianity. Number 2, Equatorial Guinea. As you can see from the map on the screen there, that's the country. There's that little piece on the mainland as well as an island in the Atlantic Ocean. This country is slightly smaller than the state of Maryland and consists of several islands and a small mainland region next to Cameroon and Gabon. It is the only sub-Saharan region that was colonized by the Spanish. It was originally colonized by Portugal in 1471, but Spain gained control in the mid-1800s. It gained its independence in 1968, and most of the people are Catholic. So 95% of the people are involved in industry, and that's actually an amazing feat for a third world country. Only about 2.5% are involved in agriculture. Most people are involved in the oil industry, as well as fishing, mining, livestock, and timber. One last thing about Equatorial Guinea worth noting, it has the smallest population in Africa. Also, fun fact, it is the smallest Spanish-speaking country in the world. It is also the smallest African member of the United Nations. Number 3, the country of Cameroon. Cameroon was originally colonized by Germany. It was taken by Britain and France after World War I, and it gained its independence in 1960. It has steadily improved its economy. Its most important industrial product is petroleum, which is drilled in the Gulf of Guinea. Cameroon is about twice the size of the state of Oregon. Located in Cameroon is conveniently named Mount Cameroon at 13,353 feet. It is the tallest mountain in West and Central Africa. So basically what I'm saying is it's the tallest mountain in this chapter. It is located in northern Cameroon, which consists of marshes near Lake Chad and plateaus and mountains. Southern Cameroon has a more populous region consisting of lowlands and rainforests. The village of Deboundécha is one of the wettest places in the world. Get this, they receive as much as 400 inches of rainfall every year. 400 inches. Compare that to Florida. We get about 40 to 50 inches of rainfall a year. They get 400. 54% of the people claim to be Christians. 19% practice indigenous religions. And 26% are Muslims. Also, fun fact, the world's largest frog, known as the Goliath frog, is found in Cameroon and Equatorial Guinea. It grows up to 13 inches in length and can weigh up to 7 pounds. That is a big frog. On page 501 and 502, there are 2 boxes entitled Cultural Sensitivity in Cameroon and Festivals. I want you to read those 2 boxes to yourself. Once you have finished, please unpause the video and we'll continue. Lastly, we have the country of Sao Tome and Principe. It is located 150 miles off the coast of northern Gabon and Equatorial Guinea. It was uninhabited until the Portuguese colonized it in 1470. Gained its independence in 1975. Today, most people there are Catholic. Most of the people there are ethnically Creoles. Remember, a Creole, in this case, is a Portuguese person born on these islands. About 70% of the population consists of Creoles. The country consists of several volcanic islands with good soil. The jungles were cleared and large plantations were established. They grow bananas, yams, cacao, dried coconuts, coffee, and various vegetables. It is also the smallest Portuguese-speaking country in the world. On page 503, there is a box entitled Climates in Africa. It's worth noting. Please refer to that as we finish up. That's all the material we're going to cover for today. For your homework, it's pages 171 in your activities book. That's a map of Central Africa that I need you guys to do. Also, there's a quiz in your packet, 493 to 503. Please make sure you take that quiz and turn it in with your week 6 packet. So you should have 4 homeworks from 2 chapters, 2 quizzes from 2 chapters, and 1 test, the chapter 19 test completed and turned in your packet. Hope you all have a good rest of the day. Be good, do good. Bye.